Hello everybody, Corey here. I figure I'd go ahead and work on the weekly Roundup videos since I will be traveling to Tennessee. In fact, I should have already went tonight, but tomorrow I'll travel to Tennessee and then Sunday I'll be back and I'll probably be too tired Sunday evening. So I'm going to go ahead and do this video. I had created this, I don't know, a week or so ago. I can't remember when I showed y'all this. But I figure I will go ahead and have this here for the weekly the weekly roundup. And then this will basically be a summary. And then I'll get into more technical stuff for those that might want to stick around for that. But this first line is just showing previous data from the last distribution data or line. Let's see. So then here you see, of course, this was the declaration date, March 13th, for the last ex-dividend. So that's when we started, and then the day before the next dividend is the 15th of April. So that will be 2 weeks, because April 1st will be Monday. And then we can see in column C, we have the premium only short call. If we think that it's being paid off of based on the premium only, then we've made 2.6 million. And right now there's 1.9 million outstanding shares. Therefore, the estimate would be about $1.35. Now, if we think that it's based on all the short calls, regardless the net amount, then you can see that over here in column I. The estimate for that is 60 cents. And so last time I showed this, I don't think I had that there because I did premium only. However, there have been discussions and everything, so it may or may not be one or the other. So then I just added a column over there since that's where all the rest of the trades were. So this is looking right now, 60 to $1.35. However, I would expect that the $1.35 is more accurate so far. And we're 12 days in, so we're about 52% of the way in with $1.25. And then if we look, let's fix it, trying to count, but I got the numbers right here. So we had 10 days in the first trading period, and it was a little over $1. So, we're 12 days and we're $1.30. It's not out of the ordinary, I guess, but it's only been around for a few weeks too, so it's hard to determine that. But we'll just scroll over here in case you want to see the total short call amounts made. Of course, there's this period and the total at the bottom if you want to look at the whole thing. But then we have, so in short calls they brought in, hold on, let's go back here. So the premium only was 2.6. The net of all short call trades is 1.1. The synthetics were negative 884,000 right now. The stock column, the reason that's negative 32.7 is just because they've purchased the stock. So then I have a summary over here of all the trades. So you can see in that first period, all trades was actually a negative 87,000. And then so far right now, we're negative 32.5 million. But again, we're purchasing the underlying stock, so that's to be expected. So then what I've done is I have added in the net assets here. So you can see, of course, the first time around, we had synthetic positions, and now we have, we actually hold the stock, so it's a little different there. But that's just to give you a roll-up of those, and then you can see here that we opened on March 13th at $19.47. Friday or Thursday we closed at 18.49, so we are down 98 cents so far. This what did I call this before? We call it a pay period for work. That might have been what I called it last time. But anyway, since inception, we are down $2.16. So we might have earned $1.35 in premium, but the stock itself is down 98 cents. So that's the overall. If that's all you want to see, is just, a roundup number for ULTY in general, you can probably stop watching here. Now, if you want to know more in depth and you want to look at a bunch of numbers and you want to look at each ticker, then you could stay on. And it's going to be similar to what we looked at the last couple of weeks that just has gotten bigger and bigger. Honestly, I don't think I changed anything this time except for maybe a cut. Well, I might have added in the market value. I don't know if that market value was there last time. And maybe not because we weren't really buying into the stocks yet. But just to go over this, and we're just going to look at some highlights here. And I've already made this filter, so it should filter good. Or not, it should sort good. But if we wanted to look at, since I was trying to think if this was since inception or if it was this period. So this is actually since inception. If we wanted to look at who brought in the lowest amounts of premium, you can see that here. TMDX, AI, DWAC, which is now DJT, C, and Affirm. So those are some of the lowest ones there. If we want to look at, well, I guess I'll just scroll down to the bottom. If we want to look at which ones brought in the most short call premium, we're looking at Root, GigaCloud Technology, NanoX Imaging, ATXS, Mind Medicine, MicroStrategy. So there's some of our top ones. Of course, some of these, so the reason I did it by share, well, it's really sort of doing it both ways, but some of these have been on here from weeks. Some of these have been here since inception. Some might have only been on here a couple of days, so it's really, and then the prices, I don't know. It depends. So, if we go over here, I try to do it by share to make it more, what just happened? Oh, okay, that's right. I forgot how I have these color coded. To sort of make it more comparable to each other. So you can see here we have a lot of them that short call premium per share was less than $1 a piece. And NanoX Imaging is almost green right there. I think I mentioned that one a second ago, and it was actually one of the, cheaper stocks. So that's probably because I think this one's been here since inception, so it's been here a long time, right? So it's getting more and more and more. But if you break it down by share, it's not that much per share. And then so we have all the yellow ones, right? So these were between $1 and $5. So you can see those. That's what the yellow and the per share is. Just because there was such a large gap between them, the color codes wouldn't come out right. So I just made a color code. And then here we can see that our top 5 per share, we're looking at MicroStrategy, $59. MDGL Pharmaceutical Company, $23 a share. SMCI, $20 a share. NVIDIA, $13 a share, and GigaCloud, not GigaCloud, GitLab, $5.23 a share. So those are the only 5 that we've actually received premium more than $5 a share. But you can also see here that it's some of the lowest amounts we've done. And I think because we only had NVIDIA last week, I think, and it was only, it was a really small amount of contracts. So, but that's why that's small right there. All right, now if we wanted to look at overall, that's what this column is, and this actually shows us, I guess I could have looked here, NVIDIA, see it only had 7 contracts. So this one, sorry, and I copied and pasted values over here because so stuff wouldn't go in and out. But this is the number of contracts. This was a ranking. I guess this one was a ranking for the overall. Let me just look real quick in my formulas just to make sure. So a per share, we are looking at the overall amount over here. And then AF, there's AF, oh, and 100. Okay, so just those two. So this one over here is negative. Oh, so this is negative when I undo that. Okay. I think what it was over here, it wasn't negative, but that's because I can sort this. Maybe. There we go. Oh, actually, I was going to the other tab because I was wanting to see what the ranking was. AG4, 4 to 99. I don't know. Okay, so we're not at 99 yet. Oh, okay, that's right. I'm just trying to figure out the colors. So the dollar amounts are big, but the color codes were different. And this is where I was trying to look at a while ago, and I was like, I don't even remember what those color codes were. Unfortunately, that's what happens when I have way too much color on the spreadsheet, and then I can't see the conditional formatting on the laptop. But anyway, so you can see right here that overall, if we're looking at not just the premium, we're looking at all the trades. Let's look over here, right? Because we saw that it's using our overall amount. So let's go here and then we can see. Man, all right. I did this way because of like the filters and stuff, but let's go over here. So we're looking at AJ, which is our total trades, and in this first column right there, that's the total trades plus AN4, which is our market value in column AN right here. So in this case, this one's already closed, so there is no market value. All it has is the 6,000 it lost on the trades. So trades and market value together. And we'll just stay here unless we need to sort anything. And so actually, if you want to look at, well, I don't. I realize now why I wanted to put this on another tab was so I could lock the tickers. I could put a freeze paint on it. There we go. Sorry. So here, if we look, let's look here, and you can see all the trades, and you can see the tickers on the left-hand side. So if you want to look at the total number of trades, which if you look here in this column, every one of them that's on the screen, well, I guess it's not negative because this one over here is not filtered. One day I'll get the hang of this. Of course, I need to change this up altogether. Let's do this so you can see. Well, and see, here's where the bad thing is. We can't look at total trades anymore because of the purchase of the stocks. So it skews that, right? It makes it weird. So if we look here on our short calls net total, we've only had 5 actually lose money. It's RH, Soundhound, AIC, TMDX. So those are the only ones that have net a loss on the short calls. And then if we go up, we have one that's net more than 200,000, which was ATXS. And then another one that's over 150, which was Mind Medicine. And then we got a few there. Root was almost 150. GameStop, believe it or not, was 121. So if we look at our synthetics, which I know most don't want to look at the synthetics, but we had Groupon lost over 500 million on the synthetic. Riley, almost over 300,000. Chewy, 250,000. D Local, 222,000. We look at the biggest winner, there's only one over 200,000, which is Clean Spark, and then Carvana's 173K, Mind Medicine 110, and the MDGL Pharmaceutical 101,000. And then all of our stocks are going to show negative because we've purchased stocks. I should say I don't think we've sold, but we have once. It looks like it was NVIDIA. I'm guessing, well, I don't know if they... Well, I do know. Yeah, its stock closed out. So they've closed out their positions. But that's just sort of going through those to see which ones were whatever. If you want to look at the ones that are, let's say this isn't the one with the formulas right now. The ones with the highest market values. All right. Yeah, that's because all the rest of these would be closed. Oop. I guess I don't know why those are gray unless it's because I had them manually color coded on the other sheet. But you can see these, our lowest market values are like Mara, Hut, Wayfair. I thought there was one more that was lower. Maybe it got closed out Friday. But these, again, it's really hard to say on the market value good or bad because it just may not have, as much bought into it up front or as compared to the rest of them. Now, I will say, when they did this buy-in for these, right, for all of these stocks and stuff, and it was around 1.6 to 1.8 million when they were doing all of those. So when we look at the weightings, I hit them. We look at them on the daily. But when we look at, yes, you can see the weightings here. I know it's not in the pivot format, but on this column, besides the bottom two there, Hut and Mara, those are like 2%, but then probably more than half of them are in the 4%, and then a handful in 5%, and one out, if you take cash out, one in the 6%. So these are, and I don't keep these daily, so I can't tell you what it was when these were first. I think I started to this week, but I wouldn't have had all of it. But anyway, so I don't know if they're going to start going to an equal weighting like that or not. And you've already seen these if you watch the weekly roundup. But you can see for the industries. Oh, where's the rest? This one's 5, 6, 5. I'm sorry, I know this one isn't formatted good. I didn't plan on showing it though either. 7, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. I say 5, I'm rounding up. So most of them, if we're looking at them by the industry, which we know they're not supposed to have more than 25% by industry, they're really around 5%. The capital markets was the only one that was the highest one, and it was 7%. But anyway, so that was us looking at markets. Now, if we this overall, that's the one I really wanted to get to. And maybe that's all I should show. I don't know. This stuff on the left, I'd added it because I couldn't remember last time. There was one of them I couldn't remember what it was, so I decided to add it. Put the green ones up here. So if we look at this at the overall amount, and then some of these IVs, when I copied them over, they didn't load, which it's not, unless they're open right now, it doesn't even matter what they are right now. But overall, we still have some MicroStrategy. It's open, and it's the number one overall amount out of, like I said, since inception. Then we have Root, which is also still open. In fact, our top 5 that's worth, the most overall trades, market value, and all are all still open. MicroStrategy, Root, Restorative Hardware, the Vikings Therapeutics, Robinhood, and those are our top 5, and they're all still open. If we go down to like our worst ones overall, there's 5 of them, and they're all closed. There's the name: Syndex Pharmaceuticals, Chewy, SoundHound, B. Riley, and Groupon. And you can see down there, they're all 150K or more loss, all the way up to the Groupon 406K for the overall dollar amounts. And then we have the per share, and so that's overall. Then we have the per share breakdown. I feel like I need to move these. I need to move this overall column to over here, because that's why I started going to the right, because I wanted to get this overall column. And then actually, if I look at this, I have the short call and by share. So here I should do the same thing, just because I like stuff to be the same. It's just, honestly, I didn't put a lot of work into this spreadsheet this weekend or today. So I will apologize for it not being top shape here. Tell me I'm at the top? Okay. So overall, our worst loss per share was SMCI at $11.50. And then we have a couple of $5 ones: PDD, Panduadua, and B. Riley, a Firm, and then Groupon. So those were our worst losers overall. And then the best per share overall, MicroStrategy at $134 a share, NVIDIA $85 a share, Restorative Hardware, which is like new, like it just came up this past week, but it's $37 a share. And then this pharmaceutical company, MDGL, is $36 a share. Of course, you see there's small numbers of contracts there because of that, but yeah. Anyway, that's just if you wanted to look at, some of these tickers right here. I don't think there's much left here to look at. But anyway, that's it. I feel like there should be something else, but I don't know. Y'all have a good day, a good weekend. Happy Easter. Bye.